Who's out front to win supporting actress in a miniseries or made-for-TV movie at this year's Emmys? That's what we're trying to find out today, because we don't know as much as you do. Joining me now, joining me now are Gold Derby contributors Amanda Spears and Riley Chow. I'm Zach Laws. The nominees are Kathy Bates in American Horror Story Hotel, Olivia Colman in The Night Manager, Regina King for American Crime, Melissa Leo in All the Way, Sarah Paulson in American Horror Story Hotel, and Jean Smart in Fargo. We have last year's winner in this category, Regina King, back again with American Crime. Amanda, is she going to win this again, given the Emmy rule of repeat winners, or is there someone else who is out front?
No, she's not going to win again, and I don't think that rule applies in the limited series race because the characters change. She's not playing the same kind of flashy character she was last year that kind of led to this. Right now I'm going with Jean Smart, whoever thought when you saw her on Designing Women she'd turn into a mob boss. So that's kind of a fun transition. She is an Emmy magnet. But we have last year's winner. We have 2014's winner. We have the person who we think should keep winning this category and we keep missing. So it's a good race. It's a really good race. And at least we have, look at all the crime. And we have 5 different shows, 5 different series kind of represented. So that's nice too.
Absolutely. Riley, what say you? This is an interesting thing to bring up. Is there, you probably would know this better than either of us, has there been someone who's won this category twice for the same show, twice in a row for the same show, or even twice for the same show?
Well, I would suspect not. It's a pretty new thing that people can even get into this category twice. It's just with the advent of anthology series that's happening now. I was hoping to get through this chat without mentioning Margaret Martindale, but it's just not going to happen. So,
what brought her up this time?
Well, Margaret Martindale won last year. She won this year. So I think Regina King can do the same thing. So I think we definitely need to be wary of that. I will say that American Crime is a lot lower down with the Emmys this year. They only have 4 nominations instead of 10. But they do have 3 acting nominations, which is the branch that matters in this case. And Regina King is, she's a long-working actress who's kind of been under-rewarded. And that's why I'm actually going with Olivia Colman, because she kind of fits that same bill of, Regina King, Margaret Martindale. She's like, oh yeah, she's been around. She seems like a nice lady. This is a show that the Emmys like. It has 12 nominations, and it's got to win something. And in fact,
Riley,
it's already won score, and I have it winning Hugh Laurie. I have it winning writing. The Night Manager it's coming all over the place.
So Riley, you have basically The Night Manager as the big limited series winner of the night without winning limited series. You don't have it in first place for limited series, do you?
Oh no, it's got to be 4th for that, right?
Okay.
Okay, but
that's a chat for another day. But I'm like that's a lot of Emmys.
Yeah, I'll say with Jean Smart, I mean, she is the Gold Derby frontrunner, and I get it because she's the only she's nominated for Fargo, which is higher up with the Emmys this year than any other movie or miniseries, except for American Crime Story, which is not nominated here. But I think what Jean Smart is she's just kind of in, she's on that same level with Ted Danson, who was snubbed. I mean, Jean Smart is an Emmy winner, and you kind of think that if she's going to be playing a mob boss that you'd get some kind of fireworks with her, but you don't really. What she does have is an easier category. There's nobody from American Crime Story here, so I think she was able to get the nomination that way, but she's not doing anything new that will excite the voters and get the #1 votes. Like, the Emmys are not always voting for the ticket, like we saw with Max von Sydow playing a tree that, if
the 3-eyed raven, he doesn't play a tree.
He's half tree, half man, isn't he?
He sits in the tree. He sits in the tree. He is not a tree.
So I don't think that Emmy voters have to vote the ticket. And Jean Smart also is not somebody who always gets in. I mean, she won for Samantha Who. She was snubbed the very next year. I think When There's Space, she gets in, and this is one of those times.
I'm with you, Amanda. I'm going with Jean Smart, just because of the fact that she has won 3 Emmys. She won the Critics' Choice Award, but that was granted. Everyone from Fargo won that because it was probably the only show that got nominated with their weird, their weird.
Congratulations on being Best Supporting Actress for half a year of television.
Right, if even that. But I don't. I'm with you, Riley. I don't think it's a sure thing, just because there are some heavy contenders. Let's talk about some of these folks. We talked about Regina King. She was last year's winner. She is playing a new role in American Crime. Olivia Colman, as you mentioned, The Night Manager is obviously popular. She is a working actress. She's got 3 BAFTA TV awards. And she could be that kind of... her episode as well is pretty terrific. I mean, it's at the end. I don't want to give anything away, but she has a lot to do. And she could be one of those working actresses that people love and is finally getting her due, much like Regina King was last year. What say you guys about Melissa Leo in All the Way?
That's the one that scares me. And let's talk about the Oscar winners. We have 2 Oscar winners. Melissa Leo, not her first Emmy nod. She got taken down by the Dame herself, Mildred Pierce. And then we have Kathy Bates, who won when no one was expecting, in the year we can't seem to get out of, which was 2014.
The Emmys are always about looking back at those years.
Yeah, we keep that we are basically stuck in 2014. That being said, I don't know what to do with her because yes, it's a supporting role, but hers is the only one that's not an anthology series. This is a movie. But I don't know if they're watching these. That's kind of the thing. Is did they watch All the Way? And I don't know if they did because we didn't see anyone in the supporting actor race. They didn't get a writing nomination. I don't know if she's just filling the spot or if she's really in this race. But I have her in 3rd. This is one where I think it's Jean Smart too, but it's not going to surprise me if my 6th place wins, which is where I have Kathy Bates right now, and even that makes me uncomfortable. I can't put them all in 3rd.
No, we can't. We can't put them all in 1st either, which I think is what we would really like to do. Riley, what do you think about Melissa Leo? I mean, she has won an Emmy for Louie before. This is her 3rd nomination, and she is playing a real-life character as well, Lady Bird Johnson. I think you can make the argument with the supporting actor contenders that maybe they just kind of got shoved out by all of the O.J. Simpson and Fargo people, and maybe they just couldn't get a consensus for who to pick. The writing nomination is something that surprises me. I mean, I would have almost expected that to win for writing were it nominated. But Riley, what do you think of Melissa Leo? Does she have a shot?
I've got her down in 5th, so I'd say not really. I think that the supporting actor side, we talked about how competitive that is, and how, like, if you're in the category, you should be really thankful because you pushed out all these other people. Whereas on the supporting actor side, that's not really the case. You have all these people from American Horror Story, which couldn't get any supporting actors in. You've got Melissa Leo, when the supporting actors maybe had just as much to do, or you would think would be getting a nomination if she was getting a nomination. But there's just more space here. So I don't think a nomination like that is inspiring a lot of passion, is going to get a lot of #1 votes. And I don't think All the Way has a lot of passion behind it anyway. I mean, I think Bryan Cranston is winning, but I think he's winning because he's Bryan Cranston. I think his movie is secondary. And Melissa Leo, I guess you could say either this helps her or this hurts her, in that she was eligible 3 times on the ballot this year, and she only got in for 1 of them. So does that mean that she has a lack of support, or does that mean that this is, the one place that they can award her now to recognize her work on Wayward Pines and Broad City?
Oh yeah, because Wayward Pines is such an Emmy favorite there, right?
Yeah.
And we did see All the Way kind of underperform at the Creative Arts Emmys. So the question is, can it redeem itself at the primetime ceremony, or is it just going to be TV movie Bryan Cranston possibly directing. Let's talk about that. You mentioned the other Oscar winner in this race, Kathy Bates. She's also nominated against Sarah Paulson in American Horror Story Hotel. Could we see a situation where Sarah Paulson wins for American Horror Story and not for American Crime Story? What do you guys think?
Yes, we absolutely could. It's why I have her in second. It's the whole Martin Freeman 2014 thing again. We just all keep bringing up the same things, but we all loved him in Fargo, thought he could win for Fargo, could have made that case. Some of us probably had him in first. And he won supporting for Sherlock. And he's far more well known for Sherlock. She's probably far more well known for her work in the Horror Story anthology. And this is one of those things where my night will start falling apart quickly for me. Because if she wins, yes, in terms of my predictions, because if she wins this race, it probably means she's not going to win Best Actress. Because I could see a situation where people like Lily Taylor, or they like Kirsten Dunst, or they like Kerry Washington, and they tick that name off, and then they get to supporting actress and they go, I really do like her. I was really torn between so-and-so. You know what? I'm just going to check her name off here if they don't like any of the other ones. So I could definitely see that situation. It's honestly the reason why I have her in second. That scares me so much. It's the same thing with Laurie Metcalf. It was the reason why I kept her in second, except for where I thought she should have won, which was drama's guest actress instead of Cheers, Margot Martindale, if you're playing our drinking game where we keep mentioning her.
I think I have to say it, though, right? Margot Martindale?
No, yeah. I think we can all
just
say it.
Any of us can say it, and we'll continue to say it over the next couple of years, whenever.
Sounds good.
Yeah, feel free to play the game.
As she continues to win Emmys for the Americans.
Feel free to play the drinking game at home, folks, because we're probably going to mention it this Sunday, too.
When Margot Martindale wins a write-in vote in supporting actress in a limited series. You
mean in drama series, right?
She was eligible for the Millers. They should have submitted her.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, I was just being facetious about her winning in this category, even though she doesn't have a pony in the race. Riley, what do you think about Sarah Paulson? At the Oscars, we oftentimes see, and I know this is a completely different voting body, but we would oftentimes see in the Oscar race people get nominated in the lead and supporting categories, and they'd win for one or the other. But then in recent years, we saw instances like Sigourney Weaver for Working Girl and Girl is in the Mist, or Julianne Moore. Yeah, Julianne Moore, Heartbreaking, and Far From Heaven and the Hours, lose both. Again, I know it's a completely different voting body, so please don't write that in the comments, people. But is there...
We all started. We stopped our band of reading comments and started.
But do we have examples of where people get double nominations and they lose both of them instead of winning one or the other at the Emmys? I mean, could this happen to her?
Well, I have no problem with you mentioning the Oscars because I want to talk about SAG. And
that is his favorite thing to talk about. So
that and Margot Martindale.
let's go for it, Riley.
Yeah, I've got Sarah Paulson in second, but I have her in second for kind of the opposite of the reason that Amanda has, is that I think that she could, sweep her categories, like we saw with Idris Elba. They voted for him in supporting actor on the film side, and then they were, going through their ballot. They got to the movie mini actor side, and they saw Ben Kingsley in Tide and Ray Liotta in Texas Rising and Bill Murray playing himself in A Very Merry Christmas, and they thought, what am I going to do? So I'm already voting for Idris Elba. Might as well vote for him again. And this category, like I said, it's got a lot of filler, people who wouldn't have gotten in if they had been competing on the supporting actor side. So if they don't know who to vote for, they might say, I'm already voting for Sarah Paulson. We all love her now. It's her time. So let's give her another one. Seal the deal.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the SAG combines radio and not radio, but it combines TV presenters. It combines AFTRA. It is a larger voting body than the Emmys, and then the Oscars is the smallest. Still, I I don't know what to do in this category. I really, really don't, because it would not surprise me if any of the six could get in. This is the one category where we don't have a nomination from The People versus O.J. Simpson. They couldn't find someone? Come on. Connie Britton was hilarious.
If Connie Britton had gotten in, though, I would have gotten her disqualified on the 5% rule.
Riley will crush your Emmy dreams.
What about was it Selma Blair who was?
Yes, yeah, she.
Yeah.
That would have been a very shocking nomination, but we would really know they love The People versus O.J. Simpson.
For certain, yeah. I'm with you, Amanda. I mean, like I said, I have Jean Smart predicted, but just looking at this list of names, you have people like Melissa Leo and Kathy Bates, Oscar winners, name recognition. You've got last year's winner. You've got character actress Olivia Colman, and then you've got Sarah Paulson, who is way overdue. Maybe they're afraid that she won't win lead actress for The People versus O.J. Simpson, so they say I'm just going to hedge my bets and vote for her in both. This is a really tough category to call. It would not surprise me. And I think last year was kind of a surprise in this category when Regina King won, beating out Sarah Paulson. Funny enough, they're back together again.
Well, Kathy Bates is back too. I mean,
that's right. Yeah,
these three ladies are getting to know each other real well because they keep coming back. This is one where I just want to say it's nice that Regina King is back, but it's also nice that we didn't see any category fraud trying to get an Emmy, because if Lily Taylor had dropped down to supporting, she would automatically be in first place for me because I think she gives the best performance. But this one, these are the categories that are going to make or break our Emmy scores, because we really don't know, even with a lot of repeat nominees, how these shows are going to do. Fargo has never won an acting award. Mm-hmm. That in and of itself is kind of scary to me, because I thought the first season it should have definitely walked away with one.
And it was the season where it won for limited series and it won for directing. So, I mean, it would have made sense that one of the actors would have gotten carried along as well.
And it's odd to me that we could see, again, a year like 2014, Toast, because that's going to be our new, that's the other one if you're watching these four, where the presumed winner for a movie is All the Way, and The People versus O.J. Simpson in the limited series, where neither of them could win an acting award. Mm-hmm. It is very possible. I mean, granted, that would mean that lead actor would be really screwed up. But it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
And they might be losing writing and directing, too, due to all that vote splitting.
Mm-hmm. The night manager could have a really great night.
They could go through the whole ceremony, and then we'll get to the end, and then finally The People versus O.J. Simpson will get something. But,
yeah.
And that's happened before in Emmy history. I mean, we've seen instances not just in these limited series races, but even in like comedy series where The Office won comedy series but did not win anything else.
It didn't win any tech categories either?
No,
it was
nothing.
Barely nominated, yeah.
Yeah.
I get some of those mixed up in my mind sometimes.
I do too. We're not all like Riley, where he just keeps the information up in his head all the time.
Mad Men only won with hairstyling, so I mean it's
right. Yeah. So it's definitely not outside the realm of possibility that we could see both of these frontrunners just go the entire night not winning anything.
And that comes down to being strategic about who you submit, how many episodes you submit for writing and directing, because it could be one of those things. If you're watching these out of order, this was number 4. Where,
4.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
No.
Where maybe you have to hurt a few people's feelings, and you have to tell them, no, we're only going to submit 2 instead of 6. Because they are afraid of this, but it's going to be an interesting night. These races are the ones that scare me the most.
Yeah, I think we're
It's
gonna.
strategic on the acting side too, because if Lily Taylor or Felicity Huffman had submitted in supporting, then Regina King's chances would be a lot lower.
Right, maybe even her chances of getting a nomination would have been lower if one of those two were in there. Do you think? Or
No, I think they both would have been able to get in. I think Olivia Colman was one of those that kind of surprised us.
mm,
Not many of us had her predicted. Not many of us saw The Night Manager getting 12 nominations either. So, and now it could be in a really good position because it has one in each category. It has one writer, one director, one actor, one actress, one supporting actor, and that might be what we see as a more streamlined kind of approach to this than we're going to try and get 28 nominations or no one got 28. I'm just using a number
right.
and see what happens. Because unless you can run 5 out of 6 of these or all 6, it's going to be hard, I think, going forward to win because of vote splitting.
Yeah, I mean, long gone are the days, perhaps, of something like Angel in America, for instance, having 2 lead actress nominations and what was it, 4 supporting actor nominations, and
I thought
still
yeah, 4 out of 5. It was back in the days when there was only
right, and still managed to win an award in each acting category. So obviously, vote splitting wasn't a problem there. Um, but if they're only picking one, then we're going to learn a lot on Sunday night. So.
the Game of Thrones strategy of maybe only submitting a couple might pay off.
Mm-hmm. Any final thoughts, Riley?
No, I think I'm good.
Amanda?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jean Smart because I don't want to be completely crazy in my predictions. But again, this is a good lesson to learn, whereas be careful. Even if you're going to go with a front runner based on the Gold Derby odds, it does not mean you need to rank 2 through 6 in that order. Also, play around with them a little bit. That's why some of us have Sarah Paulson, even though she's right now a 50-1 in second, because we could see an upset. It's okay to do something like that in these instances.
Yeah, I'm going with Jean Smart too. Just like a broken record, I am. But yeah, look for an upset, you guys. And like Amanda said, be strategic about the way that you rank these, because your number 2 or your number 3 could actually be the winner. Thank you so much.